Hey there, all my shrimpy friends. What's going on? I wanted to do a quick project update on my latest selection projects. Of course, we know we got the Diamondback Galaxies. I've been working on my pure red lines, and of course, the 2-year project that I just did a video on. But I want to focus on my personal favorites. So let's check it out.
Papa shrimp, Papa shrimp, Papa shrimp.
So in this tank, I got some of my Diamondback Galaxies, some of them showing a little bit of metallics. But these are some of the shrimp that I've selected from the main Black Galaxy project that I started 2 years ago. Really cool colors. These are quickly becoming my favorite. In the interim, I had this project going on with my metallics. And for the first time, I added some different genetics, being the orange eye variety, because I wanted to see if I could get some of that genetics into this project. Originally, this was just a holding tank for some of the Black Galaxies, that metallic ones, and some of the different patterns that didn't really go along with my Black Galaxy Diamondback project. So I had them in this tank for a little while. And surprisingly, they had quite a few shrimplets. So I'm going to separate these out again, but this time, instead of taking out the shrimplets, I'm going to pull out all the metallics, put them in a separate tank. I'm going to pull out the orange eye blue tigers, put them in a separate tank, and then I'll see as they grow out a little bit more where the shrimplets are going to go. This is the original project from the Black Galaxies that once I started getting a lot of production, I started separating what I'm calling my Diamondback Galaxies. These are really cool to me with the broken dot pattern. I'm liking that personally as my own favorite more than the traditional stripes and fishbone patterns that also can come from this variety. I'm guessing anyways. I've seen some that are similar, so that's kind of why I'm guessing, but I really like it. You see the male there, the way the dots go along his belly, the center line of dots, and then the diamonds on the back, and then of course some nice little dots on the cheeks, which I'm really liking. Some of them, as they produce maybe larger cheek spots, those get pulled out and put in my other tank, like this one right here, this white one right in the center. That one's going to get pulled out and put in my other tank that actually looks a lot like his brothers right here, but this one has blue instead of white stripes. So those are all going to go in a tank together because I really like that pattern as well, but it's got different varieties of colors and different, a little bit more variations on the patterns of the stripes. Kind of like that one in the background that's a little blurry that has a lot of galaxy spots. It's a really nice female, but it doesn't have the Diamondback pattern, nor does it have metallic patterns. So it's kind of one of those that I'm using in my grow out tank with all of the mixes of the various Black Galaxies. What's really cool about this tank is that you can see that I have a lot of shrimplets to work with. So we'll see. This is going to be a fun project. Again, it's probably going to take several months, maybe a year or so before I start really seeing some decent shrimp to work with. It's a kind of cool project. I'm excited to see more on this tank as well. Just the Diamondback Galaxies that I'm going for, and the way that they're starting to stabilize. The pattern's getting really stabilized. And so much so that I started another tank with some of my favorites that have metallic showing. You can see here I have a baby orange eye blue tiger, which is kind of cool. And then I have some of these clear ones with white stripes. So who knows what's going to come out of this tank. It's going to be cool to see them grow. But I've already separated the metallic ones and put them in their own separate tank for now. I'll do a video on those. There's 4 of them right now. And I have some others that are probably going to go in the mix too, but I need them to grow out a little bit more. Either way, this tank that was my quote-unquote 2-year project. It was a fun tank to work with. I really didn't expect to see so many shrimplets come from it, but I'm glad that they did. And it gives me a different way of doing it instead of pulling out the shrimplets, because there are so many and such a variety of colors and patterns. It's a lot easier just to pull the adults and put them in tanks, especially now that I have tanks ready to go. They're cycled. I pretty much reset all of my tanks to go with either double sponge filter and a sponge filter box, or just a sponge filter box. Maybe a little bit of substrate on the bottom, but as you see here, there's no substrate on the bottom of this tank. It just has a double sponge filter, a sponge filter box, and a nice little Sawasser bush. And I say bush because it really is. It's just Sawasser tang that's attached itself to a small piece of spider wood, but it's grown over so much and I haven't trimmed it yet, so it just looks like a big giant bush of Sawasser tang. Look at the shells on these shrimp. It's so beautiful. You know, that's really the other cool part of doing this project, is just seeing the health of the shrimp shell, the shine off of that, you know. And then of course all of the shrimplets, it tells me I'm doing something right. Thanks for sticking around and watching the video. We'll see you next time. I love shrimp.